Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm very glad to see you here. My name is Soy and I'm a UX designer at Google. In today's video, I want to talk about 5 things that I think you should not do in your UX portfolio. Some of the tips I'm going to share are my personal recommendations based on my past interview experiences. Some are verified by experienced designers I have talked to. By the end of this video, you will be able to get a new understanding of how to create a good UX portfolio and are ready to iterate on the next version of your UX portfolio. I have previously created a video doing a walkthrough of creating a portfolio from scratch, step by step. I also made a few videos to answer some common questions about how to create and present portfolios. So if you're interested in those videos, make sure you check them out. A portfolio is, in many ways, your most important asset as a UX designer. A professional UX portfolio is crucial to showcasing your skills and convincing employers of your value. A portfolio is the first thing a hiring manager would look at, and it ultimately determines whether or not you will get an interview. So I would like to share a few tips to help you create a stellar portfolio. On my channel, I am dedicated to all things about UX job interviews and product design. So if you're interested in this content, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you won't miss my future videos. I offer one-on-one career coaching to help you nail your next job interview. So if you want to get more interview advice, do a mock interview, or just talk about career development in general, feel free to use the link down below and sign for a session. In my future videos, I want to answer any questions you might have and do a Ask Me Anything video to help you as much as I can. So if you have any questions related to UX, UI, or career development, please feel free to comment down below and I'll answer your questions in my future videos. It is the perfect office hour opportunity, and please do come with questions. Okay, without further ado, let's get to the beef of today's video. Tip number 1, don't repeat your resume information on your portfolio. A portfolio is different from a resume in a way that a portfolio tells a little bit more about who you are and showcase your work in details than a resume. When deciding on what to show in a portfolio, you might want to consider recruiters and hiring managers as your target audiences and think from their user flow to create content that might interest them. In a hiring process, a recruiter would go through your resume first and then check out the portfolio listed on your resume. So by the time they see your portfolio, they have already seen your resume. There's really no need to repeat the same resume content on your portfolio, but I'm still seeing a lot of portfolio homepages that are showcasing the exact same work experience and education experience as listed on resumes. You know, a recruiter has so many resumes and portfolios to review every day. If they cannot easily find what they're looking for in a portfolio, it is very likely that they will pass on that job candidate. So we want to make sure every piece of information we're showing to the audience is useful and engaging. If you really want people to also read about your resume when they browse through your portfolio, you could try to embed your resume in a resume link and then add the link to your portfolio so that people can click on the link to see your resume. Tip number 2, don't show lengthy about me in your portfolio. When deciding on what to show on the homepage of your portfolio, as I mentioned earlier, you might want to think about what the audiences are most interested in learning about. Hiring managers and recruiters are mostly interested in your work and projects, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't include any self-intro in your portfolio. The recommendation is to keep the self-intro concise on the homepage. You don't need long paragraphs to introduce yourself here. Maybe just introducing your name, your location, your area of focus, and your design philosophy would be sufficient. If you want to show the personal side of the story a little bit more, you could consider having a separate About Me page where you could write about your hobbies, your past stories of your education and work, achievements and awards, and what you're passionate about, etc. You can also include 1 or 2 pictures of yourself to visually tell people who you are. But remember, the self-intro on the About Me page shouldn't be lengthy, and from an information hierarchy perspective, the About Me page should be less important than the project page. Tip number 3. Don't show contact information at a prominent location on your portfolio homepage. Your homepage is the very first page everybody would see in your portfolio. Nobody would contact you until they learn a bit more about who you are and what project experiences you have. Imagine a recruiter opens your portfolio website for the first time. They would want to, first of all, quickly read about a short self-intro to learn more about you, and then get straight to check out the case studies you have. I would recommend either show your contact information at the very end of your About Me page or create a separate page for your contact information. If you really want to show your contact information on your homepage, you could consider consistently showing the information on a footer on every page so that it's not too distracting. Some people would add their social media like Dribbble, Behance, and Instagram to portfolios to help recruiters to learn more about their work in the public. It is not required to show your social media, but if you like to add social media to your portfolio, you could consider using icons to visually communicate to audiences what social media they're going to open. Contact information that's always recommended to include are your email address and your phone number. LinkedIn could be optional. If you have an up-to-date LinkedIn profile page, I would recommend you add it to your contact information in case recruiters prefer to reach out to you on LinkedIn. Tip number 4, don't show progress bars for your skills. I've seen a lot of progress bars and ratings like this on portfolios. The purpose of showing them is to tell people what skills you're very good at and what skills are not your strongest. You need to think about what recruiters and hiring managers are going to do when they see progress bars. The first thing they would do when they see progress bars is to find the skills that you're least proficient at, because they want to make sure the person they're going to hire would not lack the skills they're looking for. In your portfolio, you would want to sell yourself, promote yourself by telling people what are your strongest skill set so that people are more motivated to learn more about you and extend you an interview opportunity. Don't talk about things that you're not very good at, and do emphasize on your strengths. Also, as you're growing rapidly in your career, the skills you're good at are constantly changing. I wouldn't think a static progress bar could accurately reflect your skills for a very long time. So if you're using progress bars, you might need to go through the pain of evaluating and updating the progress bars very often on your website. So in order to avoid all this unnecessary hard work, I would recommend not to use progress bars to communicate to people what skills you have. Besides, the numbers in progress bars are really hard for people to understand if you are good at certain skills. Does 80 out of 100 means you're an expert, or that just means you're above average at this skill? So it would be better if you could just use text to describe to the audiences what skills you're very good at. Just mention you're pretty strong and pretty solid in certain skills. That's all you need. Tip number 5, don't hide your projects on your portfolio homepage. As I mentioned earlier, your projects and case studies are ultimately the most important asset as a UX designer. Recruiters and hiring managers would want to see your projects as soon as they open your portfolio website. I'm seeing a lot of people separating their projects from the homepage of their portfolios and keep all the projects on a dedicated page. In my humble opinion, I don't think that is very necessary. You could show your projects down below a short self-intro on the homepage so that everybody would be able to easily find your work. Here's an example of a recommended layout for the homepage. So we have a short intro which has my name, my title, followed by my work. So we have covered what to avoid when creating a homepage in your portfolio. In my future videos, I'm also going to cover how to create a case study on your portfolio website. Since I'm going to do a Ask Me Anything video, please don't forget to comment down below any questions you might have related to UX, UI, and career development. And I'll answer any questions you have in my future videos. That's everything I wanted to share with you all today. Thank you so much for watching. If you think this video is helpful, please give it a thumb up. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.